Welcome to another episode of the JNL Sports Show. We have a lot to talk about today. To my left,
Noah Marks,
and to my right,
Luke Coleman.
We had our first video up on YouTube the other day, guys. I think it went pretty well, right?
Yeah,
I would say so.
You guys can go check that out where?
On YouTube, JNL Sports Show.
Mm-hmm. And then it was an announcement for our website, of course,
website,
which is now officially up. Today we're going to talk about we actually expected this to be a slow day. We were a bit worried coming in today because it didn't seem like there was a lot of news happening.
Yeah, we have a lot, though.
We had expected, because we talked about it on the other show, that we were going to have a segment today. Unfortunately, that did not pan out. So.
Yeah. John the intern.
Yeah.
Did not
come through the way.
Make it.
Yeah.
Coming clutch, but it's all good.
But luckily, we did
So
have a lot
goes
of
on.
we did have a lot of things happen today, including more reports of Dan Snyder being a piece of shit.
Yep.
We'll talk about that. What the fuck the Rays are doing, because that
Hate to see it.
is
You really
currently
hate to see
a travesty. And then Larry Johnson, who is a former Chiefs running back, he tweeted some things today that we have to talk about. But first, let's talk about Luke's Le'Veon Bell prediction. How did that go, Luke?
Not a fan, to be honest, of the fact that I was right. I mean, like, it's nice being right, but it was not the thing I wanted to be right about.
We had talked about literally every team possibility before coming in and recording that episode on Tuesday.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
talk about the Chiefs at all. It
And
wasn't
then-
even a
Because
thought.
when you think Chiefs, you think they already have a fucking...
Yeah, they don't
amazing
need
team.
another person.
Anybody.
Then it started clicking. It started clicking in my head as to why it made sense. They needed a receiving back, and that's what Le'Veon Bell is. And
He is that.
if you have the choice of being in any team or on any team in the NFL right now, if you're Le'Veon Bell, it would be the Chiefs. Would be the one that you'd pick.
Yeah, without it. Did they release the contract information? I don't think they released how much.
They didn't, but I'm just assuming veteran minimum. For
Yeah,
1 year.
I mean-
I know it was 1 year, so it's just
Yeah, because they have two young running backs.
Yeah.
Williams, who opted out this year, but he
Yeah.
should be back next year, and then
it's
obviously
just
Clyde.
it's the quest for the ring or for the trophy. That's really
Which
what it is.
looks like it's a possibility.
Yeah, no, that was a huge thing to happen because the Chiefs were already the favorite
Especially
for the AFC,
with
but now
Sammy Watkins is hurt for how long? 2
weeks or so.
So,
But
I mean, this-
either way, their offense is stacked.
Yeah,
If you're
I know.
Losing that one wide receiver, it's like the second or third wide receiver on that team. It doesn't really matter that
I
much.
wish
Not including
Luke-
Travis Kelce.
I wish Luke was worse with predictions, because sometimes he predicts things that I really didn't want to happen, like Le'Veon Bell, and now here we are in this situation, and it was not to have instantly. Noah, your reaction
Oh, yeah.
was quite negative.
Yeah, I told him to shut the fuck up a few times.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I couldn't let that negative energy chill in my head.
No, I get it, but the show didn't have to hear it. But I'm glad you did, because, now we have a nickname for you, because you're just best predictor I've ever seen. Luke Zoltar Homan. We had a graphic made up for it the other day. Probably my favorite picture of all time. It's an absolute gem. We absolutely love to see that. But yeah, Luke, I wish this was something you were wrong about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be wrong about my World Series prediction because the Astros are just coming back and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rays
and I
about
mean,
to
let's
blow
talk
a 3-0 lead.
about that, because
the Rays have absolutely shit the bed the past 3 games.
they were the 3-0, right? They're up 3-0.
yeah, they started off so
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Astros look like absolute ass for the first 3 games, and then you're like, okay, like this is the Rays fucking series, and then Rays have just shit themselves.
And the Astros, they shouldn't be here, right? Like what was their record going into
pitching
it?
is not their strong suit. I think they went 29-31.
So they only made. So I believe they only made the playoffs because of the expansion.
Yeah, they would have
correct?
not.
They
They
would
would not have
made
been in it. They technically, I want to say they were the 5th seed or the 6th seed because they were technically in second place in their division because it's the top 2 in each division and then the next 2 best records. But both the wild card teams technically had a better record than the Astros.
I want to say this would be a huge dub for the Astros. Astro fans,
Yeah.
but I don't really think that they can ever have a real win, because whether the Astros win the World Series or not, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, so you guys have won 2 asterisk years."
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
this year is already being looked at as like
this season is going to be but it was the COVID year.
Yeah, I mean, like the bubble it was for the
especially
NBA.
since if it wasn't for the playoff extension, they wouldn't even be here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
they wouldn't
there's
even-
no way Astro fans. I mean, they'll be happy. Like, if the
Yeah.
Red Sox won this year, I'd be happy and I'd ignore the asterisk things. But there's, I don't know. It's tough for the Astros.
It is a big like FU to the league because like
Look how far
Yeah,
we got
like,
without trash cans and
exactly
alleged
they had
buzzers.
the ability to do it. Fucking hate Carlos Correa, but like a lot of things that he said make sense now. Like he was saying that people like shouldn't doubt them and everything. He's been like one of the main leaders in that clubhouse.
Yeah, but like
Which I hate to see it because I've grown to hate him over the last like year or so, like more than other players on the team, like Carlos Correa being like
he just
one
broke
of
up
them.
a fight in this game, right? We were watching it.
yeah he was
He,
yeah
was the moderator in a fight. He
Yeah,
like
there
kind of
was
held
a-
his
it was
pitcher
between-
and someone else
what's it
back.
called? Pitcher and one of the Yandy Diaz on the Rays. I don't know who the fuck the Astros pitcher was. It was some random dude, but yeah, no, that they like fucking were yelling at each other, and Carlos Correa just fucking walked over to whoever the Astros pitcher was on the mound and just fucking yelled at him
Yeah.
for like 45 seconds. It was
The Rays batter, he got walked and then just immediately
yeah.
started.
I think there was words
like-
Yeah, so it looked like he
Said-
said something to the
Weird.
pitcher, and then the catcher might have said something,
Yeah, it was
like
a whole-
under
it
his
was a-
breath,
yeah,
because then he
they
turned
said
around at the
something.
catcher, and it was a shit show. It was a quick like 5 seconds
Yandy
of
Diaz
what
is
the
a
fuck
big
is
dude. I don't
He
know
is
why
big.
you
Yeah.
say it. I mean,
He
I don't
is.
know how big the pitcher was compared to him, but Yandy Diaz is a big dude.
I just don't really.
I would just not enjoy the Astros being in the World Series again.
Yeah, no, me
I
neither.
would
And it just sucks because like, from like obviously though from an unbiased standpoint that it is a huge like fuck you to everybody.
Yeah, no, it would.
But
be
then again, like
interesting storyline.
you know, shouldn't have actually been here because the MLB had to expand the playoffs.
Yeah. Also, also for the premise of not wanting another team to have come back from a 3-0 deficit in the ALCS, because the Red Sox are the only team to ever do that.
Yeah.
So it would be like the Red Sox and the 2020 Astros. I don't want that.
yeah, no.
I don't think anyone wants that. It
Yeah,
was magical
I mean-
when the Red Sox did it in 2004. Now it's just like, oh, it's fucking expanded playoffs. Astros fucking doing
Yeah, it
that
definitely
against the
sucks.
Rays.
Especially the Rays need to fucking that was one of your the Rays Braves is your World
Yeah,
Series
Rays
prediction,
Braves
so this
was
would
my
yeah.
yeah,
this would
they're
be a
both-
shot to
that was
Zoltar.
what started this conversation.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean. It'll be a shot to his legacy.
would
that
have
we
been a
posted.
shoo-in if the Rays didn't decide to absolutely fucking blow it.
Yeah, correct. I mean, what the fuck are they doing? What is that like?
Damn.
They-
Did our Instagram post jinx his fucking Zoltar
It's possible.
persona?
Possibly.
It's definitely
As of
possible.
right now,
Might be dead before it even fucking
Braves
really
are winning
begins.
3-0 in the third, and if they win tonight, they will clinch.
Was it
So I could get
Game-
half
Game 5, right?
game 5 of that one, yeah. So I could clinch. I mean, if anything, it's more fucking huge that the Braves are about to knock out the Dodgers. in the
Yeah, I mean,
ALCS.
that's a
fucking
huge
ridiculous.
fucking- Well, it's just classic October Dodgers for you. I mean,
Yeah.
if you really think about it, this is just right.
It's insane.
Just right on par.
I mean, in game 3, we saw what the Dodgers could
Yeah.
be, what they should be.
yeah, no, that was.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
11
they just
run
took off
first
in one
inning.
inning. Yeah,
I was watching that. and
broke
it was
the record for the
absolutely
most
insane.
runs.
I stopped
scored
watching
in
when
an
they
inning.
got 6. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
game
the
over.
Dodgers won that game
And then-
15-3.
And then in the second inning, I think the very first batter for the Dodgers hit a home run to make it 12.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was
real-
game 3,
was
and
real
then game 4 yesterday, the Braves just fucking. It was like the 6th or the 7th inning, and just got in the 6th they got to Kershaw, and then it just unraveled from there. And the Braves won 10-2.
Yeah, it really sucks for the Dodgers because they do have this almighty team at the moment. But
I mean, it's every year.
you got, I mean, it really is.
To like have like basically the same team give apart. Like they don't have Ryu this year. He went to the Blue Jays, and then
Yeah, but they added Mookie.
Yeah, but you
though.
added Mookie.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you adding one of the best players in baseball to your team should automatically, like, yes, David Price opted out, so like they would have had David
Yeah, it
Price in their
does
rotation too.
hurt.
But at the same time, you still shouldn't not be.
Yeah,
in the
no, they
World
should
Series.
definitely be. It's fucking crazy. I don't know how they
1,000%.
continuously do it. Because
I
they
don't know.
continuously be one of the best teams in baseball.
And then choke
And then
in
just-
October.
stuff.
It's like a tradition.
Yeah.
It's almost part of Halloween now. Like it's like
I don't-
around the corner.
don't wanna see
Dodgers
him in
must
the
be
World Series
choking.
again.
Yeah, I know.
Really
me neither.
don't.
I don't either. And I definitely don't
If
want to
they-
see an Astros
If they won
Dodgers.
it all, I wouldn't care because like I don't dislike them. I just dislike the fact that it's the same exact teams in the World Series.
Now that
Yeah.
Machado's off the team, it's a lot easier to like them. But I did not like Machado that year.
Oh yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
When he was
Fuck
randomly
Manny
traded.
Machado.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, that
Slam
that was,
Diego
that,
Padres
there
were my
was-
favorite thing to happen this year, but
Yeah.
but fuck Manny Machado.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing I dislike about the Padres, unfortunately.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of the World Series, have you guys seen Joe Buck's fucking broadcasting schedule? I have to ask, what is your opinions on Joe Buck? Because I know everyone has strong opinions. Noah?
I used to despise his voice, but he's grown on me over the past couple years.
I feel the same way. I used to just like if he was on and I became aware of. I mean, all you had to do is hear his voice and you know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, God damn it, it's fucking Joe Buck again. I'm like, he's gonna fuck up some really like it's gonna be some fucking crazy moment in a game, and he's gonna be like there's like fucking.
He's monotone.
There's postseason home run calls where it's fucking like.
And it's
I think
going back.
It was a Nelson
it's
Cruz
gone.
grand slam when Nelson Cruz was on the Rangers, and he just acted like it was a fucking random home run in
Yeah,
July.
I mean, he does that, and
It was
that I
insane.
think
I'm
is
like-
one of his biggest flaws. However, his voice is iconic with my life, at least growing up on sports.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I did not like him. I always kind of took like people's Twitter side too, like, oh, he's annoying. So I didn't really have a reason to hate him other than what I've heard, like people hate him. But over the past couple of years, I especially after hearing his schedule this week, respect the fuck out of the man because he is one of the busiest commentators, maybe the busiest man in sports.
Yeah, he has something one every day, right?
So every day. So it starts off Sunday. He goes Bucks Packers. Then Monday night Bills Chiefs. Wednesday he has both World Series game 1 and 2. Thursday Giants Eagles. Friday and Saturday World Series game 3 and 4. That's a lot of fucking traveling.
Yeah, he's flying all over the place.
It's Tampa to Buffalo to Arlington for 2 days to Philly and back to Arlington in a span of 6 days.
That's fucking insane. Like that's just
And
COVID times too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
exactly. And it does suck because, one of his biggest flaws is being very monotone. And I can imagine,
Tired as shit.
Bucks Packers, he'll probably bring it. I'm thinking by World Series game 3 and 4, it might.
It's gonna
he
be
might
those
have
Nelson
checked out.
Cruz calls where
Yeah.
it's like, and it's gone.
Also, the
And
dude that
it's
he's usually
fucking-
in the booth with for the MLB or for the NFL has kind of Troy Aikman. I think he's
yeah,
usually
Troy
in there.
Aikman, yeah.
He's grown on me a little bit. He looks like he does.
All the drugs.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it. I started to say I was gonna revamp on it, but revamp? That's not a word.
It is a word, but
It's a word.
You used
you
wrongly.
did not-
Yeah,
not
no,
the
that's not.
correct
you did not
context.
use that correctly at all.
I was gonna go back on it and just ignore what I said, but he does. He really does look like he takes all of the fucking drugs. I mean, his eyes are red
Yep.
all of the time. His cheeks are puffed up. It's
Hate to see it.
it's great television, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tune into a game early just to see how fucked up Troy Aikman looks. Is that a betting line? Can we get that in on Vegas? Like if they could have like
Honestly,
his
there
face,
probably is.
like they
We'll bet
can
on the
create
craziest shit.
they can create a scale of like his face, and 0 is like regular Troy Aikman, and then like just all the meme pictures, and it'd be like, yeah, how fucked up is Troy Aikman today? Vote, and then fucking bet 100.
Remember that? I forget when it was. Aaron Rodgers, he got injured in the game, and
Oh
they brought
my
back
God.
that post-game interview he
Where
had.
his eyes were just fucking
he
all of
was-
the way dilated.
He was not on this planet at all.
No, he was. They
gone.
definitely gave him a huge shot of adrenaline, just
Yeah, he
directly in the shoulder.
He was completely out of it.
He won, right? Didn't he
Yeah.
come back?
Yeah, they won. That's why they were interviewing him.
Fucking
after the game.
animal.
Well,
Now going to football, back to football. Larry Johnson, Chiefs running back.
former Chiefs.
Former Chiefs running back. I don't know how long he hasn't been in the league. He couldn't have been very long.
I'm gonna look this up.
I mean, the only reason I've heard about him is because he had a little bit of a Twitter rant this past week, and
absolutely insane.
from
When
what
you really
yeah,
look
from,
at it.
from what I get, he's very much of a conspiracy theorist on Twitter. I was scrolling through his tweets, very like these people worship the devil, these people worship the devil. He's very political.
Yeah.
He called out LeBron, saying that LeBron did a satanic blood ritual, and sacrificed Kobe to win another championship. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and laugh at Kobe's death, obviously, because of what it says.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is this dude saying? A blood ritual to get another title? In his reasoning, Kobe's number is 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Okay, you guys sticking with me?
Yeah.
This is going to be some crazy... Like, this is memes. Like, this is what people joke about.
Yeah.
Like, remember the Illuminati memes where everyone was like, oh, and you would, like, run through all these fake numbers so it would somehow come out to 666?
Yeah.
So, 2 plus 4 is 6. It's Kobe's number. 2 times 3 is 6, which is LeBron's number, 23. And the Lakers won in Game 6. If you don't need any more evidence that Kobe Bryant was sacrificed for a title, then...
I mean, that's like case closed for sure.
Yeah, that's you get
evidence like that in a
there's
criminal
really
case. You're getting sentenced to
this
life.
is this is definitely
Conviction
eligible
for sure.
in a court of law. Like, this is for
100%.
sure something that they would look into.
You're done. Yeah. If that's the defense against you, you're done.
Yeah,
you can't win that.
It's scary that there are people out there.
How are you supposed to debate that? What are you going to say, that it doesn't equal 6?
Yeah, and
you can't say that. It's
math. Oh, and it happened to be during witching month, which I guess is October. I guess it's witching month. I thought that was like...
Sure, there's a specific...
Yeah, but isn't like Halloween like a kid's holiday? Like, I don't really think it has to go deep into like witching month. Like, I don't think that's a...
I mean, I'm sure there's some like...
I'm sure if you go back
deep,
far,
but Satanist
also
thing about
like
it.
Forgotten meaning.
It's possible, but...
Just think about like a lot of holidays now. We don't celebrate it because of its original meaning.
Oh yeah, we celebrate it because we get a day off at work and people can drink and have a picnic.
Yeah.
Ripped at picnics, huh?
Yeah.
Something that might not survive the quarantine.
Yeah.
But this dude, I'm not gonna go ahead and blame CTE, but this type of behavior is a little.
I looked it up. So he is 40 right now. His last year in the league was 2011, but his last year on the Chiefs was 2009.
Okay.
So I think his last year was with the Dolphins in 2011.
He also said something about like LGBT being like a Satanist. It's out of control.
He's off his rocket.
I couldn't believe, like, I was scrolling through this dude's Twitter and just couldn't believe that this man existed. The blood ritual one killed the shit out of me.
Yeah,
the math that he came up with, he had to sit there, look at his computer, type this all down, reread it, and go, "Yep, absolutely."
2 plus 4, 2 times 3.
You can't do that. Like, when you're there's like, if somehow 2 plus 4 and 2 plus 3 did the same thing, like, that'd be kind of crazy. But that's not how math works.
But if he came out and was like said something, he was like the fucking cosine of like 743. Like, what if he went off on fucking math that didn't make sense to most people, and then it came out to the same conclusion of somehow relating?
Yeah, I wouldn't even read the whole thing. I would have been like, that's dope.
That's fucking crazy. But it's fucking
this
2
dude
plus
just
4
made
and 2
up some
times
bullshit
3.
to come up with 6. That literally, like, you can do that with anybody.
It's fucking elementary school math, and he just
because
means fucking 666.
It just doesn't make sense. Crazy. And I don't think I'm not LeBron's biggest fan. But I don't think this man fucking gave another man's
sacrificed Kobe Bryant for
so
another
he can
title.
Win another title.
Strong doubt against that, to be honest.
I'm gonna go above a strong doubt and say that's 100% not a thing that occurred.
Probably be right.
While we're talking about NBA, Noah, we got lucky and had some NBA news this week.
Yeah, a few off-season. Early in the off-season, obviously, finals just ended. Ty Lue agreed to a 5-year deal to be the head coach of the Clippers after they fired Doc Rivers. He served as their assistant head coach this season, and obviously won a championship in 2016 with the Cavs with LeBron, the 3-1 series. His career record as a head coach is 128-83 and a 41-20 record in the playoffs. And he also won 2 championships as a player with the Lakers, which I did not know.
How about that cold take from you guys follow Freezing Cold Takes on Twitter?
Of course.
Absolutely. Do you know them, Noah?
I know them. I don't think I follow them.
You have to. They're fucking. They also have a Flaming Hot Takes, which is like people who have like predicted
yeah,
things. I'm sure Luke will be on there at some point in the future. But no, Freezing Cold Takes posted Doc Rivers talking about how he hopes Ty Lue gets a job soon to be a head coach because he really deserves it. And this was like back in January, and it's just you hate to see it beat your job.
Yeah,
then he gets
that is tough.
taken.
It's real tough.
That was something I sent instantly when it happened. I was like, that is real. That's unfortunate.
It's ironic.
I really hope this
ironic.
man gets a job and he ends up taking your job.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's right. And also a little bit more Clippers news. Apparently, there were some players in the locker room that weren't too happy with the preferential treatment towards Kawhi Leonard. Some of these players included Pat Beverly, Montrezl Harrell, and Lou Williams. Early on in the season, there were reports of chemistry issues in the locker room, and that kind of showed in the playoffs. Obviously, they absolutely collapsed. But Kawhi, I guess, was allowed to live in San Diego, which often caused him to be late for team flights throughout the season. And the team also allowed Kawhi to dictate to Doc Rivers when he could be pulled out from games as well. And obviously, with star players like Kawhi, they're going to have some kind of preferential treatment. But I think when it starts to negatively affect the other players on the team and team chemistry, that's when it starts to go overboard and you have problems.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Like, I have not heard about this. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because, star treatment is a thing. I mean,
yeah,
we learn it
definitely.
from early
I can
fucking...
understand why other teammates on the
are
players
upset
on
about
the
it
team
for
would be
sure.
upset.
And when you first started saying it, I was like, oh, people are upset about, Kawhi getting this treatment. I was like, oh, well, he's goddamn star of the fucking team. But now that you're going deep into the fact that, like, he was often late for team
stuff?
flights
Yeah,
because he didn't want to move. I mean,
Can't do that.
you can't.
Can't do that.
Can't do it.
Nope. Can't do that.
And yeah, he is the star, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because that's like some fucking Kyrie type shit in Boston. Like that destroys chemistry.
Yeah.
Acting like you're whether you're the star or not, acting like you're the star is not.
You can't.
And-
You
and
can
we-
act like a leader. Like you can act like people acknowledge the fact that you're really good. Like that's not. You can't just act like you're the same level as someone else. But at the same time,
Just don't be a jackass about it.
You can use that as a leadership type role. That is like I'm experienced. Like I know it's like.
Yeah,
I know
be
what's going on.
humble about
You have to
something.
set an example
Yeah.
for the rest of the team.
Exactly.
And
And these are big names that weren't happy. I mean, Pat Beverly,
Yeah, Pat
Lou
Beverly,
Williams. I mean, those are
Lou-
big Clipper names. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they've
Like,
been in the Clippers organization for a while. Obviously
like-
before George and Kawhi.
I would kind of brush it under if it was like, some of the bench players or something that were like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking, fuck Kawhi for being all this because he's better. But Pat Beverly's a huge part of the Clippers. Lou Williams has been a huge part of the Clipper. This is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And is Kawhi signed on for how long is his contract for LA?
I'm not sure. I know he's definitely still on the Clippers this year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wow, I really did not know that, and it did show heavily in the playoffs.
I was gonna say you could tell.
I mean, when he got 0 points, he got 0 points twice in the fourth.
yeah,
fourth
that
quarter.
is wild stat.
I mean, obviously they were in the bubble, so I'm sure he was being a better teammate in the bubble.
Yeah.
He can't be late for team flights, but
So Kawhi's
chemistry's tough.
yeah.
Kawhi's deal was a 3-year deal. So he has 2 more seasons with the Clippers, and I don't see them trading him because why would you do that? It's Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, let's see what Ty Lue thinks, because it's very
yeah.
possible that Doc Rivers
Doc Rivers
let him
definitely
get
had-
away with it.
Yeah, Doc
But
Rivers
there's
definitely had a lot
possi-
of power. And
Yeah, it's a possibility Ty Lue's gonna be like, we're not gonna put up with that shit. Fucking wild. That's a
mean-
big story.
You might be willing to. It is Kawhi Leonard. You kinda
I mean, yeah, I get.
I don't know.
yeah, you can't allow that to happen again. Like as the new coach, you can't just.
I mean, yeah,
continue to
but
let it
Ty
be
Lue-
the same way because that's not gonna.
Yeah.
Like they just lost in the playoffs, so that's not like just acting as if like there wasn't a problem isn't going to.
And not that
help
we're
you.
saying Kawhi is the problem, but this definitely has
Yeah,
something to
this
do
can't-
Yeah.
with chemistry, which could eventually have done something.
Chemistry is fucking everything in sports.
That's-
It really is.
Yeah.
It-
Especially in a team sport like basketball,
Yeah,
where
you
you're
have
literally relying
Have
on
to.
everybody around you.
have to have it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Kawhi should probably get his shit together.
Probably.
I mean,
The Clippers should probably get this.
probably.
Yeah, Clippers
Clippers
should
should
pro-
probably
yeah.
get this.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would trade Kawhi, but at the same time, he's not LeBron James.
Yeah, depends on what they do this next season.
Yeah. The contract big money? Is it?
103 million. over 3 years.
Is that big in
So
basketball?
let's-
I'm not really sure. Basketball numbers.
For 3 years, yeah.
I think in football, that's like chump change, right?
No.
No, that's a lot.
1.3.
In football,
103.
up until the
Oh,
Pat
103. Oh, I thought you said
103.
1.3. I was like,
Oh, no,
that's
that's-
nothing.
that's
I was
better
like,
than
3
nothing.
years? That,
yeah, I was about to say that's terrible.
I don't even think you could do that with like the veterans minimum.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
No,
so,
103 over 3.
so that is
Yeah.
a big. So,
Yeah.
guaranteed money.
I mean,
That
I'm
would be
sure
tough.
a percentage of it
Yeah.
is guaranteed,
Yeah.
but not all of it.
I don't
Huh.
know basketball contracts like that.
Yeah, no, me neither. That is a big.
Yeah, I mean
big,
that's like average money per year is like with the tops of like baseball, and like there's a shit ton of baseball contracts that are ridiculously
yeah.
expensive.
Baseball's got fat fucking
But, like,
contracts.
If it's 103 over 3, it's like
34-ish.
yeah, somewhere around there. It's like a decimal. But either way, that $34 million per year in a contract is a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
I'd take a couple 33 million a year.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Let me go play on the Clippers, score 0 in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter real quick.
yeah,
do the
twice
same-
in
could
a
do the
playoff
same
game. Let
thing.
me show up late to team flight. That's.
I could do that too.
Well,
Yeah,
you hate to see that.
yeah. I
You
mean,
really do.
Ty Lue catches another break. He got to coach LeBron for a while.
Yeah.
And then now he's got a team that should be. I mean, it is full of superstars. He's just got to figure out how to get the chemistry together and fix whatever issues in the locker room there are.
Well, I mean, we
They
knew
got
that there were
playoff
issues
team.
in the locker room from. Wasn't there like eye rolling after? Didn't someone who
yeah,
said it? They said
Paul
that we'll
George-
be back, and everyone was like, "Get playoff
Yeah.
pandemic P
Yeah.
out of here."
Paul George, after they blew that series against the Nuggets, I guess was talking in the locker room to the team about how we got to stay together and, go at it one more year. And I guess people were like, come on now. Come on. You bricked it off the backboard from the corner. What are you saying right now? You're the problem.
Yeah,
You just gotta be quiet in that situation.
that is some ripples happening in the Clippers organization. I'm sure we'll hear more about it this offseason.
Yeah. Maybe a Paul George trade.
I saw something about Paul
Possibly.
George possibly going to the Lakers at some point.
Listen.
I don't know
I don't
all
know
that.
about the Lakers. But I know we'll get to that in a second. Daryl Morey was the GM for the Houston Rockets. He stepped down. That will be effective November 1st. He has been the GM for the past 13 years, and under Morey, the Rockets have made 77 trades, which is the second most in the NBA since May of 2007, only one behind the 76ers' 78 trades, and among these trades were for James Harden, of course, which has been huge, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. The Rockets have also have the league's longest consecutive playoff appearance streak with 8 straight years in the league, and they've advanced to the Western Conference Finals in each of the last 4 years, but they have not made it past that block in the road.
So was there what was the reason for him stepping down? Did they
Uh,
say exactly, or
I believe his son graduated high school or something.
I feel like that's when you start coaching.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
So wait,
some-
the kid was around the house all day, so he's like,
Yeah.
I need to fucking get a coaching job, so I'm never home. As soon as the kid graduates,
That's wild.
goes to college. Now's a good time to retirement and finally be
Yeah.
home. I'm
As
just.
the
I don't
GM,
actually
too.
know. I don't know how this man.
As
I'm
the
not.
GM,
I'm not
I don't know
throwing absolute just axes at this
But, like,
fucking
the
dude.
GM of the team.
Yeah, it's odd. It's an odd
Yeah.
time. It's just weird timing, but
Time in his life.
I mean,
that
hey.
he decides to.
do what you
I think
want,
that
man.
there are a few other things, but let's see. It said, Morey isn't ruling out a future return to the NBA on the team side, but he's become increasingly determined to explore what else might interest him professionally. He also saw an opportunity to spend more time with his 2 college-age children, who are each taking a gap year academically during the coronavirus pandemic, so
Okay.
they'll be home
Okay.
for that.
All right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that makes a little.
So
more
dad of the year then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
good guy, solid guy,
Good guy.
solid
Good guy.
Good guy.
Sorry for
Um,
the just axe toss. I just try to throw at your dome for no reason.
And going back to Laker possible trade, Lakers are supposedly looking to get Chris Paul. They think LeBron can use his whatever to attract him to the team, which brings back to the infamous
His Satanism
Oh,
jujitsu
yeah.
that he can fucking.
which brings back to the infamous vetoed trade of Chris Paul to LA in 2011. LA tried to get Chris Paul from the New Orleans Hornets at the time. They were the New Orleans Hornets. But the trade was vetoed by the then NBA commissioner, David Stern. The league had owned the Hornets at the time because they had bought them from their previous owner the year before. And while they owned the team, they had let the GM make all the player and personnel decisions up until that trade that would have got the Lakers Chris Paul.
That's fishy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
That's weird.
supposedly Stern vetoed the trade at the behest of other team owners who thought the 3-team deal was too good for the Lakers.
Yeah, but who's fucking like? Whose fault? That's the 3 teams' fault, right?
I mean, yeah, but
Unless there's like direct evidence of like what is it called?
Collusion.
Yeah, collusion
Yeah.
or some shit like that. Like that's understandable. But if teams are just willingly,
That's wild. I didn't know that
Yeah.
happened.
But,
They just-
I mean, imagine that could have happened this year if fucking, well, I guess the Arizona Cardinals aren't really like a super team, but like imagine if fucking Roger Goodell was just like, no, Bill O'Brien, you can't get rid of DeAndre Hopkins.
well, I mean, the league didn't own.
But
the Texans,
that's what I'm
so
saying. Like, how are they allowed to own a fucking team?
probably wasn't any other people.
That's
who were
just
trying to buy the
insane.
team.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
But anyway, so yeah, the Lakers would have got Chris Paul. The Hornets would have gotten Goran Dragic, Lamar Odom, rip, Kevin Martin, Louis Scola, and New York Knicks 2012 first-round pick, which later became Royce White.
What were the Knicks gonna get?
And
If they were giving away a first.
No. The Knicks first rounder was acquired by the Rockets, I believe, in a prior trade.
Oh, okay.
And then the Rockets would have got Pau Gasol from the Lakers. And so Lakers would have gotten the best player in the deal, Chris Paul, while also saving over $40 million in salaries and luxury taxes, while also not giving up any picks whatsoever.
that's kind of crazy.
It is.
That's-
That's a little weird.
How do you allow that to happen?
But for a
If you're the other
commissioner to
teams-
straight out veto a fucking, it's just weird. Like I get they own the team, but it is a weird
Yeah, it was definitely a very controversial.
because I
and
don't think as a
still is.
commissioner you should be making, like teams' decisions.
Yeah.
Did not the Clippers? Did they do anything while owned by the league or?
No, I
Are they
don't think
good?
so. Probably not. I mean, yeah, no, I don't think
It's
so.
like this is like weirdly reminding me of. I mean, it's not exactly the same thing, but like remember the A-Rod contract situation in 2003 and 2004,
Mm-hmm.
where he was almost a Red Sox, but then the league commissioner was like, nah, like there was something with the contract that they were like, no, that's not something that's allowed. And then the Yankees were like, yeah, we'll just swoop in there and offer you. Yeah, it was because it would in the stipulation of the contract there was some sort of trade something that like it would like a further trade would have to be made as a part of the contract and they weren't with that or whoever the commissioner I don't know who the commissioner was in 2003.
Okay, quick
But-
pause. Remember that video I sent you guys on Instagram the other day of I don't want to get the country wrong.
Ooh, what are we talking
So
about?
there was the
I might be able to remember.
the player robbed the home run, but like didn't like act like he caught it, and they kind of played it off, and they ran
what's
over.
it called?
Again,
Yeah, I don't
the
want-
country I want to say.
It
I'm
was
not
the
going
New
to.
York
just
Guardians.
'cause-
That was the pretty sure Chinese professional baseball league.
Okay, that's what I thought it
So
was.
I just
too.
got a notification about it, and apparently the guy that caught it was a former Red Sox.
What's his name?
What?
Let me see it.
Che Swan Lin, I want to say.
When?
But yeah, he
When was he on the Red Sox?
I don't know, it just says former Red Sox outfielder Che Swan Lin pretends to fail to rob Homer as stadium erupts, then laughs after revealing he caught it.
I mean, we
It
don't even
was a
have to talk
crazy
about the Red
goal.
Sox. Let's talk about that because
Yeah,
that was
that
fucking
was
insane.
fucking
I mean,
cool.
there's not a ice in his fucking veins because I don't know how you don't
He had no reaction.
how you
Yeah.
don't fucking
Yeah.
lose. You just robbed a goddamn
Yeah.
home run.
The game was tied.
Yeah,
Whether it was
the
tied-
game was
it was
tied
a
like
tie
late
game.
in the
Whether
game,
you're
too.
up 100-1, whether it's tied, whether you're down 100-1, robbing a home run brings excitement.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know how you don't lose your fucking
the,
mind.
The guy that hit the ball he'd already crossed home plate before he.
Yeah, he
fucking,
ran
he
all
was
of the
halfway
bases.
Yeah.
He was halfway from home plate to the dugout when he turned around. Was like,
Yeah, his teammate was like, "Yo, look at that,
yeah,
Like,
real
by
quick,
the way-
big
what?
screen."
Yeah.
Yeah, so this dude
it's-
robbed a home run just nonchalantly, just no fucking.
yeah. So they called the home run, and then he was like, "Yeah, I got it."
Yeah, I
by
have
the
the
way.
Yeah, the
And then-
Chinese professional baseball league, and they play in Taiwan.
Nice.
Yeah, Senator Lin. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
Yeah.
Lin Cheswan.
Either way, ice in
Either
this
way.
fucking
Never heard,
bag.
never heard of him, but I guess he was on the Red Sox.
Incredible fucking play. We'll finish up with the NBA news.
Yeah. One more thing for the NBA. Heat, the Miami Heat, are apparently all in pursuit of Giannis,
I like it.
who is a free agent this year.
I like it a lot. Don't know
I mean-
if Giannis likes it.
As a Celtics fan, nah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
I'd
don't.
rather not see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it as
Understandable.
a Celtics fan, but as an unbiased fan of teams doing good and,
I mean-
and enjoying sports. For the Heat, I mean, I like
I mean, for the Heat, obviously, it would be good if they acquired
big
Giannis,
fucking
but
news.
I don't want to say. I mean, it's kind of like another super team.
I mean, it would affect.
In
it would
a way.
affect
Yeah, but
if they
it's
make another one.
like an out of nowhere super team. Like I feel like Golden State went out of their way to get these players. LA is going out of their way to get these players. This is kind of just like people fell in the Heat's lap. Like Jimmy Butler fell in their lap because the other team called him
Oh, yeah,
fucking
the
toxic and fucking
Sixers
trash him.
and
So they found his lap. Tyler Hero, draft pick, fucking blew up. You know, like it's not like they're going out recruiting these. I mean, recruiting Giannis,
Well, I
obviously,
mean,
but
yeah.
it's not like.
I mean, they did like recruit. They actively pursued these players, but I mean, yeah, the Heat definitely weren't expected to go as far as
Yeah.
they did. But yeah,
I mean,
be
it would.
interesting.
I'd like it. I think it. Well, I wouldn't love it, but I
Yeah.
like the idea. I like the direction that they're going, and they know what they need. That they missed a piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like the Packers doing absolutely nothing.
Still can't
um,
believe that they just. Still can't believe they did.
Good
that.
pick. Good pick in the end, I guess. Let's move on now. MLB. We talked about it a little bit. The Rays
They're
are
letting me down.
they're
They really
fucking it
are
up.
Letting me down. Yeah, the series is tied now, 3-3. Was it 3-0 the last time that we talked, or was it 2-0 about to be 3-0?
It's a good question.
I believe it was 2-0, and the game was being played while we were
Yeah,
recording
so-
last.
Since the last time we recorded, they've lost 3 straight, and the series is now tied. Anyways, I mean, regarding that series, some interesting stat lines going on. So, rookie Randy Arozarena, I think is how you pronounce it. Arozarena, that's how you pronounce it. So he's hitting .381 with 3 home runs in the ALCS. He has 6 home runs so far this postseason as a rookie, which is
Quite good.
Tying the
Yeah.
record, tying the rookie record that was set by Evan Longoria in 2008, also on the Rays.
Also on the Rays, huh? Nice.
It's wild, but yeah, no. But the rest of the Rays, in the ALCS so far, before today's game, I believe they're hitting 176 with 4 home runs, while Arozarena's hitting .381. So
So they're going to need him to fucking
safe
step
to
up
say
this
that
game.
he's came out of nowhere and was ridiculous. I think what's it called? Kevin Cash, their manager, the Rays manager, called. I want to say it was Kevin Cash said it. They called him. What's it called? Like Mookie Betts caliber. Like I can't remember what he said. Something that he was like the Rays version of Mookie Betts or something like that. It was something along those lines, and I was like, that's kind of wild, but
Yeah, it's bold prediction
Yeah.
for a rookie.
I mean, he was on the Cardinals. I'm trying to remember exactly what the trade was how he ended up with. Like he was just kind of randomly in a trade, and then I know he was on the Cardinals, and it was kind of like the Luke Voigt situation with the Yankees. How he was on the Cardinals in the minor league system, and they kind of just I don't know if they gave up on him or didn't view him as an actual asset of the future. And then I mean,
And then
he's
now
doing
we're looking at it.
doing pretty good.
About to break the fucking
Gotta figure out
rookie
what-
record.
I had to figure out what that trade was because.
We established today that the Rays have the worst Twitter hashtag of all time.
I don't know. I mean, in the league, I don't.
Because okay,
It
so
has to be
what I'm
worse.
talking about is in baseball, especially like playoff times, that all these teams always have like their I'm gonna say clan tag like MW2.
Yeah.
Like they all have like their
like their slogan.
Yeah, they all have a slogan. 2018 for the Red Sox, it was "Do damage."
Yeah.
The Astros have been for the H for a while.
Yankees have been Bronx Bombers.
Yeah, I think they
Or
were.
is that-
I think they were Rise Up at one point
Yeah.
because of Judge, so they decided to
Yeah.
change it. But yeah, so they all have this thing, and the Rays are Raise Up. I get it. Like, you know what? Now that I'm saying it, it's a little better.
Yeah.
I didn't say it out loud. Raise as but I still like. It's not a good one. Don't love it. Could do better.
Oh well.
You know, like I feel like
It's okay.
they are. Yeah, Stingrays. So they should be. Wasn't there a
I wish
regional
they
team
were-
named
Yo,
the
hold up.
Stingrays?
Pause.
I wish they
Fuck Stingrays. Took the homie Steve Irwin.
Yeah, facts.
Fuck
Fact,
Stingrays.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
fuck
wish the
Stingrays.
Rays were still the devil.
I was
Rays,
gonna
though.
do something that
What were you gonna
would
do?
have for sure gotten me in some trouble.
Oh jeez.
What are you saying right now?
I love Steve Irwin. Okay.
What were you gonna say?
That's what I'm saying. Like
No,
I
hold
I
on.
don't want to talk
No,
bad on Steve
hold on.
Irwin because I know he's very loved.
Yeah.
No, we can move.
All
Go
right.
on.
No.
Go on.
All right.
Big Steve Irwin.
So, yeah,
You're
wish-
on thin ice.
I love
wi-
Steve Irwin.
You're on thin ice.
And his kids have a show. Do you guys watch that?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, not as many episodes as me. So, look at you.
What was that last episode titled then?
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
farm or something. It's kind
A
of cool.
farm?
It's a good show.
A farm?
No,
Come
they,
on.
Yeah, like this.
Zoo?
Yeah, they got a zoo. It's pretty dope.
So I think that
His kid looks just like him.
wish
Yeah.
wish the Rays were the Devil Rays still.
That's what it
As
was.
I was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I was like, were they ever the Stinger? It was
No,
Devil
they were
Rays.
the Devil Rays back in the day.
Was there like a reason they had to change it out?
I don't know. They just didn't want the word devil in their name, so they became the Rays.
Makes sense. I mean,
Then
For
you have
marketing.
former Chiefs running back talking to you about how
Yeah,
you
exactly,
fucking
about
committed
your-
blood sacrifices to win a championship.
Yeah, so they wanted to do that. But anyways, so yeah.
we should reach out to him. Try to get him on the
Strung
show.
out on that. Don't want to do that. Yeah, so we already kind of talked about the Dodgers Braves series. But I think that game's also currently going on. I want to say the Braves were winning last time I checked.
Yeah, weren't they up like, I don't know.
It was 2-1. But so the Braves are currently leading the series 3-1. As of right now, it is bottom of the fifth, and
Yeah.
the Braves are winning 2-1. So 11 o'clock on October 16th during their game 5. So hopefully, Braves will clinch tonight. But
Pretty
Last
fucking wild.
two games
That
have been
we did not expect.
crazy.
I expected this series to be way fucking closer.
I expected the Dodgers to actually do stuff.
Yeah.
Other than the one game that they just
Mookie hasn't done much. Didn't he go over 4 the other game?
game 1, I believe he did. I don't know. He was last time I checked, he was hitting somewhere in the high 2s, like 2.7s, 2.8s as far as postseason batting average, which is better than what he did with us. But
Yeah.
he hasn't had a postseason moment yet. Like he hasn't done
It's
anything.
unfortunate.
crazy.
You really do.
You hate to see it.
The Dodgers don't have many. In the
No, October is just when they shut down.
Yeah, this series definitely no. I mean, other than scoring 11 in the first inning, breaking the record for most runs.
yeah,
in
that was
an
nice.
inning.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But playoff Kershaw showed up again, so that's really where
It's unfortunate.
you
Quite
can't
is.
the fact. So his career ERA, he's been pitching for a long time. His career ERA is a 2.43, and his career postseason ERA is a 4.31, which is the highest among qualified pitchers that have pitched over 100 innings in a postseason.
That's tough.
Just crazy. And again, in Game 4, he gave up 4 runs over 5 innings. He has 11 starts in his career in the postseason where he's given up 4 runs or more. Also a ridiculous stat.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to be one of the best pitchers.
Yeah, one of the
Regular
best pitchers
season.
of our of this generation of players. One of the best pitchers in entirety, but just cannot do it.
Yep.
He pitched in a wild card game at some point. I don't remember exactly when it was that he threw 8 shutout innings, but that's really been his only dominant start that comes to memory. But other than that,
You hate to see it.
Yeah, it definitely
get
is
shit on.
unfortunate.
It's tough.
I mean, fuck him, to be honest.
I don't
care
care that
less,
Yeah, I
much.
but-
don't really care.
But you hate to see someone fall so hard. They announced the 2020 Comeback Player of the Year.
Sporting News had their comeback player of the year. It was Daniel Bard. I mean, I like remember at the beginning of the season, or beginning of this weird delayed season, when Daniel Bard was signed by the Rockies, and I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy, because one, he like technically retired in 2017. Then he just randomly was like, yeah, I'm going to play baseball again.
Well, yeah, I mean, his last, like, actual game was 2013, correct?
Yeah, so started with the Red Sox, had him as a reliever from 2009 to 2011 for those, like, first 3 years. And he was pretty good out of the bullpen. Like, had, like, a few solid years. And
2-9 in 2011, that was a little... His win-loss.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but,
2-9.
like... He's at 73 innings, had a 3.33 ERA. Not, I mean, it's not awful. I mean, that's like a decent bullpen arm, but then the fact that the very next season we're like, I mean, 2012 was an absolute dumpster fire of a season.
Yeah,
Just everyone underperformed. Because, like, going into that year, like, we had, like, there was pieces. Like, we were supposed to be, like, a good team that year, and we were awful.
We were dog shit, and then the next year we weren't supposed to be good, and then we won the World Series.
Yeah. 2012
Wild
was the
how
Bobby
things
Valentine
worked.
year, so. Bobby Valentine. What a...
Yeah,
it looked like he struggled
that
a
was
little in
awful.
2012 as well.
No, 2012,
Yeah,
that
that's
was...
what
That,
we're
was yeah,
Yeah,
the Red Sox decided to convert him to a starter for some reason, and he got absolutely
fucking
destroyed.
shit on. I mean, 6.22 ERA is not,
and then
not what you want as a
No.
pitcher.
made 10 starts that year at a ERA over 6, just shit on. And then in 2013, he only made 2 appearances and pitched a total of 1 inning. And then had an ERA of over 1 inning. The ERA didn't
really.
matter, but
Yeah.
like didn't.
So was he just hurt?
I think at 20, if my memory serves correct, I mean, again, he only pitched 1 inning, so I don't really fucking remember exactly 2013. But I'm pretty sure he got hurt at some point, and then he was kind of just in the minors and just whatever. And then after that, after 2013, he got, I don't know if we just put him out on waivers or whatever it was, and then I don't remember what team it was now, because he's been on multiple teams in their minor league systems. But he got signed off waivers by another team, and he kind of just stayed in the minors until 2017 when he retired. I mean, he had like the yips, and he was batting a bunch of like mental stuff, and like where he literally could not throw a strike. Like he just did not have the ability to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So then he just retired, and then I guess he'd figured out how to throw a strike again after he stopped playing baseball, and he was like, yeah, I'll come back when I'm 35. I haven't pitched in a major league game since I was 28, but let's fucking do it.
Comeback player of the year.
Had a solid year. I mean,
comeback player of the year, yeah. Better have been fucking solid.
Yeah, he
not
was
just handing
fucking-
those awards out for nothing.
throwing gas out of the fucking Rockies bullpen.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So, shout out to him.
Yeah, good job.
Great job.
From one comeback player to a year and to another, or will be the comeback player of another sport. Cam Newton's back to practice for the New England Patriots.
You're all out on Alex Smith?
Or Ben Roethlisberger.
I've been out on Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I don't know why you've been out on Ben Roethlisberger as if he's not having a good year.
So I'm okay. So
as if he didn't have a surgery to fucking put 2 or 3 tendons in his elbow
I'm
back
torn.
on the bone.
I'm torn on Alex Smith because I feel like I don't want to say he doesn't deserve it because obviously what he came back from is insane.
Yeah,
but I mean, when you look at comeback player, it feels like it should be a stat pat
you
thing.
You gotta actually do shit. You don't just because he made a start. Like I understand.
Yeah,
the whole,
that's what I'm
the whole
saying.
thing.
Like I feel like it should be a stat.
Yeah, it should be.
I think it's going to go to him
But
anyway.
If he starts, but he actually isn't a good quarterback, then why should he fucking like? Yes, he came back. Like I get, but like if he's not good,
Well, I mean, to be fair, Luke, his leg was in fucking
you're right.
pieces. I mean,
you're right.
they literally had to
not
rebuild his
wrong.
leg using his other leg.
That's why I understand it. But then
He's
like,
also on the Washington football team.
Yeah, so give him some credit. But
not
I mean,
a lot you can really do with that.
I don't know. It's tough. Cam Newton's going to deserve it, whether he gets it or not. Just where I'm going with that. He came back to practice.
I don't think he'll deserve it over Ben is the thing. I don't.
We'll find out if Ben can
Well, I
last
mean-
the whole fucking year.
We'll find out if Cam Newton can last the whole fucking
That's
year.
fair.
He's already gotten COVID. So I don't know, like,
Whoa, I mean, COVID's not an
COVID's
injury.
not- yeah. What do you mean?
it has an injury designation.
No, it has its own designation.
a
Actually,
COVID
they made it.
designation.
They made
Well,
it.
yeah, but like,
COVID
So the
was
Patriots had 3 players, 3 like major, 2 major,
two
1
major,
practice
one-
squad.
Yeah.
All came back to practice. All was going good, and we woke up this morning to another positive COVID test in the New England Patriot system.
Yep.
It's a damn shame
You hate to see it.
because I was like, let's go. People are back. Did not expect Gilmore to be back at the same time as Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Just didn't expect that to be a thing, and then here we are. Everyone's tested negative. Everything's going good. And then COVID comes through. Yeah, every fucking time. Good to have Cam back. Him and Drew Lock are back. Drew Lock, has he been officially activated? Like, have they said? I know he's practicing.
He's been a full participant in practice, so I would
assume, yeah. So we're going to actually have those two starting quarterbacks, which is good, because we had a problem that we had thought it was going to be like
a shit show.
Jeff Driscoll versus, really, they'd probably start Brian Hoyer again.
No.
You don't
I
think
think they would have went Jared Stidham for sure.
Yeah, I think they would have went Stidham, but I guess we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
So
rip to the Stidham era.
Lasted like a week.
Lasted 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Not even, actually. But yeah, I mean, COVID's going to exist. I don't know what to say. It really, like...
prefer if it stopped.
It would be nice.
Personally.
It would be nice. Don't see that happening anytime soon.
Not in the near future. Definitely not.
But so yeah, that sucks. But them being back in practice is a big deal. The Broncos, Patriots, both having their starting quarterbacks, definitely going to change the momentum of the game.
Yeah.
Still going Patriots. I'm not changing my pick from last week.
Another huge storyline related to that game: Melvin Gordon being arrested for.
So
DUI.
Melvin Gordon was arrested for a DUI, and
late Thursday.
They aren't
going
to bench him for the DUI.
Yeah, he also sped over 39 miles per hour over the speed limit.
Jesus Christ.
While drunk. How did he not die?
Where was he going?
It's lucky.
Like, I'm sure the NFL might look into this just because
Probably.
of COVID. Like, they might be like, where the fuck were you at where you were getting super sloshed
Yeah.
and then had to drive?
Yeah, I don't know.
So this could be a bigger deal for the Broncos.
I'm sure it's been.
And now he's sick. He has an illness.
Yes, supposedly.
He's testing negative.
It might just be.
Is that time of year?
Kind of sweeping under the rug.
You think the Broncos are maybe
that's what I was thinking.
Covering
That's what
it
Luke
up.
said before.
Yeah, it's just a cover up at this point. They don't want to be like, yeah, no, because he.
Yeah, but I don't know if you'd lie
40
about
miles.
an illness at this point, like a groin injury or something. You know what I mean? Something.
Well, as long as they're not saying that it's COVID.
Yeah, if they say non-COVID related illness.
Yeah.
Like Adrian Peterson had a non-COVID related illness yesterday.
Yeah, but they're sitting them. Odell also having a non-COVID related illness is being sent out of practice because they just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Scary. It sucks, especially flu season's going to hit, and we have had flus hit NFL teams, and they wipe out locker rooms.
Yeah. Wasn't there? It wasn't the NFL. Wasn't there one with the Red Sox like 2 years ago or something?
Yeah.
There was and I think it was spring training. It started like
a bunch of people got sick for some reason.
All of the flus.
Yeah.
I remember that.
There was a playoff game I think the Patriots were playing in, and the other team had the flu, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're fucked Patriots."
Yeah.
I think it was the Chargers. I think it was the year the Chargers made it that deep.
Flu game.
They were sick. Yeah, flu game. That's what it was. That's what I was hearing about.
It's funny.
But yeah, you love to see people come back to practice. Melvin Gordon, not really sure what's going to happen there, because, like I said, the league might want to investigate the fact that he was out so late.
I'm sure they already have. Like, it's Friday. I'm sure they know. They're probably not going to release it to the public, but I'm sure they know at this point.
Good news is involving COVID. I don't know. I'm going to say good news as in, like, what could have been.
I think it's good.
It's good that the Colts had 4 positive cases this morning, all ruled false positives later in the morning. Thank fuck.
That's concerning.
My concern is, what the fuck are they going to do with... Like, I think this is why they weren't testing on game day initially.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want the false positives to fuck with them.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But this is bound to happen. I mean, we know nothing about this virus, and then we had a test out for it. And now we have there's bound to be.
Yeah. No, it's like... makes me nervous in the sense that, like, during the fucking training camps where they had 77 false positives.
Yeah.
I think the rapid test, I want to say I saw a 20% chance of being a false positive or false, like being false results, basically.
So it's not a big percentage, obviously. But
I mean,
I think it's just the fact that it's still happening is... Like, what if it's
I know,
playoff game?
Yeah, I know. That's going to be
AFC Championship game. Patrick Mahomes
I
false positive.
I think they'll be in the bubble for that.
Yeah.
I think the playoffs they'll move
to
the bubble.
You're oofed.
Yeah, but I think in the bubble. How the fuck did the NBA never have false positives? Because they tested every day or week too.
Good question.
That is a good question.
Why didn't they just use the same test? Like the same kind of test? Because I guarantee.
Like I'm sure they have to use different labs. I'm sure because it's rapid.
Fault? I don't know how it
I don't know.
works.
Because the labs are the ones that determine that it's false. Because like when you get a I don't know if you guys ever had strep throat, but they test you for strep throat, and it's a rapid test, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they have to take a sample and send it to a lab, and they always double check it. I'm sure that's where the false positives are confirmed as false.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy.
I don't know. That's fucking scary as shit that can happen. The Patriots canceled practice today after learning of a COVID test. Did not have to. The NFL told them that they did the tracing, and he didn't, what they're calling COVID contact. He did not have any of those with people. But out of precaution, Bill Belichick said,
Makes sense.
maybe we shouldn't practice today, which I understand.
Yeah, I agree. Especially after your quarterback and then your defensive player of the year just got back from COVID.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
No need to.
They're just gonna abundance of caution.
Yeah, I mean, has the Steelers had anybody? I don't even think a practice squad.
Back in during training camp, there was one or two. I want to say.
I don't know
They
if
could
that's
have been
facts.
into the
I don't
false
think
positive.
I don't think
type
there was
thing.
any during training camps.
Well, that's when there was the 77 false positives.
Well, that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking other than that, I don't remember there.
I don't not
Because I think for training camp
to my
and
memory.
the first 2 weeks we were clean. There were a couple staff members that were getting them, but there were never
Yeah.
players getting them.
not that I can think of right now. I mean, we've had our share of injuries, but none of them being illness related or people being out. I don't think any of them have been illness related.
Another thing, didn't really. I've given Dan Snyder a hard time on this show.
Rightfully so.
Dan Snyder, owner of the Washington football team, almost just made a slip up there. Could have been catastrophic. Pat myself on the back.
Proud of you.
Anyway, Noah was just talking to me off, but
I
not
tried
saying,
to do it. Off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mic
that's
so it
what- so
doesn't interrupt, but you were struggling to get my
the
signal.
hesitation was under. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Dan Snyder,
Yeah.
piece of shit, dude. Real big piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's come out. I talked about. I think episode 3 was the one that I had.
It was 2 or 3.
2 or 3. I had the real rant on him. It had come out that he had been mistreating his cheerleaders, saying some fucked up shit. And a former cheerleading director just came out. This former cheerleading director, I didn't get his name. Fuck, I forgot it. But he had admitted that he had done wrong. So this is him saying, I'm a piece of shit. I was a piece of shit to the cheerleading girls. I'm like a douchebag. But he's using his apology to kind of
Paint light of
what's actually going on. He comes out and says that Dan Snyder said to him, quote, "Get these girls skinny and with big tits, or I will fucking kill you." That's not a South Park quote. That's not a meme that someone fucking made. That literally sounds like a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Just something that they'll say to somebody.
That's a legit thing.
That is
came
a
out of his
real
mouth.
person.
Yeah.
That quote came out of someone's mouth. Or I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, if that's proven to actually be a thing, there's no way that you should not have a job. You can't.
Is Dan Snyder, is he immune to cancel culture? Is that what we're learning? It's been years.
Yeah, I don't
He's been a huge piece of shit for years. I mean, they finally got him to change his name.
Yeah,
But that was only after his sponsors pulled
Yeah.
him. He really
yeah.
doesn't give a shit about public opinion at all. And I mean, I would love to live that way, but
Yeah. I mean,
not being a piece of shit about it.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
he is a
he's just-
gigantic.
the NFL is still investigating into everything, right?
You know,
They haven't said anything since.
The
then,
NFL
but yeah,
doesn't-
They said they were.
I mean, I love the goddamn NFL. I love the sport of football.
Yeah.
The NFL is run by the same people like Dan Snyder, and I think that's why he's been able to do what he does. Yeah, it's why he's been able to do what he does for so long.
Yeah. I think all
They're investigating it, but they're not investigating it as quick as they would if Tom Brady threw a deflated football,
Yeah.
or
right,
if
correct.
Yeah.
or if someone took a fucking PED, or
Yeah.
Josh Gordon taking Adderall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the shit they need to stop.
Yeah.
But if you're sexually assaulting or abusing one of your cheerleaders,
just brush under the rug.
you can
all
sweep
the
that
time.
under the rug because you're millionaires. It's unfortunate and it's it's honestly
It's
disgusting.
awful. It's
I
should not
mean,
be.
like shit like that, like domestic violence too, has also been kind of swept under the rug with the NFL too. Like,
There was
you see,
who was
very
that
sh-
Giants punter?
Giants punter or
He-
kicker or
he-
something. He got
yeah.
like a 3-game suspension
It was
for-
one. He got a
was it
one.
a one
Yeah,
game
it was the
suspension?
same. It was the same year Brady was suspended for 4.
for beating his
Yeah,
wife.
he punched
and
his
then-
wife in the face. She had like a
Great.
black eye.
And then Brady got suspended for 4 games for a deflated football.
The NFL,
It's wild what they
what
prioritize.
they prioritize, and it's sad, and especially like in 2020, the world that we're in right now, the fact that this shit goes on, in this Dan Snyder news, like every time I hear it, I like for a second I'm like, a human being did not say that.
Yeah.
Like there's no way there's someone out there, but like
that has any sort of power over anything.
Yeah.
the fact that this dude, the cheerleading director, has said like I've been a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like I've done terrible things, but in order for me to like apologize and get over the fact I'm going to help expose this organization, does not look good for Dan Snyder.
No, it doesn't
at all. And I just
I mean, shit like
Insane.
this can only stay secret for so long. I mean, especially in a huge organization like a football organization, you got a shit ton of people. Someone's bound to talk. Like, obviously, this guy, decided to, come out and say, like, yeah, I've been a part of this, and I'm ashamed of it, but I want to help fix this problem. And, he said this was going on, and all that stuff. And
it's just a wild situation.
He'll probably keep his job for a little while longer, but I think once everything really comes out, like 100% confirmed, there's no way.
the NFL jumped as quickly as possible into fucking trying to help law enforcement convict fucking Bob Kraft of getting his baloney squeezed. Right? They instantly they're like, here's all the evidence we have against him, blah blah blah.
I've never heard the
baloney squeeze.
Yeah, I've never heard that version.
Well,
of
that's
that.
what he did.
I mean,
he went to a baloney squeeze and
I guess
club.
Yeah. Just an interesting way to put it.
Yeah,
baloney squeezed.
I mean, those cases that
distinct phrase
obviously was the court case was obviously dropped, but not because he wasn't innocent. Let's not act like
they just illegally
Yeah.
obtained the
I mean,
evidence.
Really, who gives a shit? To be honest, I mean, his wife died a couple years ago. Let the man fucking.
I mean, if there's human trafficking involved,
Yeah,
then
that's one thing. That's okay.
That's
Yeah,
when
if
that's
there's
when
human
it gets
trafficking
bad.
involved, obviously,
Yeah.
but that's not what this parlor was. It was a massage parlor that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Gave
we
free-
don't know if it could have been. It could. Be.
No, because they wouldn't be able to throw it out just because of cameras at that point, because there's more to the
charges.
just the
Charges
video.
against him. They
The
could.
charge against
Yeah.
Kraft, they would, but
Against the
They'd-
parlor.
I think the
Oh.
parlor got off. No pun intended.
Yeah.
I think the parlor. I think the parlor and Bob Kraft got off.
yeah,
We know Bob Kraft got off twice,
yeah,
at least. One in court.
yeah.
But no, obviously, if there's trafficking involved, yeah. But like, from what we know, there wasn't, at least right now, as far as we know, there wasn't. So,
Yeah.
well, Jesus Christ, that would be a fucking story. My point being is that the NFL,
Yeah. They
Dan
prioritize.
yeah, they
it.
prioritize the wrong
Dan
thing,
Snyder
Yeah,
should not have a
yeah.
job right now.
especially when like.
He should not. There's zero reason to that. Like, there's nothing that anyone could say right now that would make it.
It's
as
one.
to-
It's
like,
one thing if you're
convince me
like.
as to why he should have a job right
It's
now.
one thing if you're a fan favorite GM. You know what I mean? Like if the Washington, like literally Washington State liked
Yeah.
him, if anyone peeked out for him and was like, hey,
Yeah.
he's done this,
Yep.
but there is not one Washington football fan that's like, yeah, Dan Snyder, love him.
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah,
not.
no.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
exist. I mean, there being no fans is helping him again because once again he can't sell the team because he hears
Yeah.
that every single time he's in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so-
is, not, I'm sure, fun for him. But who gives a shit? He's a piece of shit. Absolute garbage of a human being.
fact.
Can't believe he's fucking
I
a
just don't-
GM.
I don't
You know
know
what?
how he has a job still. I just
After all this shit comes out, maybe he'll get arrested, and then he won't even be able to sell the team. He'll just have to give it up, and then he won't have
That would
money,
be nice.
And then he'll just sit in a jail cell.
That would be nice. Although,
Yeah.
he has a lot of money. I don't really think they
Yeah,
kind of
he-
follow the same rules as
I
we
mean,
do.
yeah, they'd probably get some kind of deal and like house arrest or some shit. I don't know.
Unfortunate.
Probation.
Yeah, correct. He'll get probation.
Yep.
Maybe house arrest if he's lucky. He'll get, or if
Yeah.
he's if we're lucky,
at
he
the
gets
worst.
at
Yeah,
least
yeah.
house arrest. Unfortunate.
Yep.
Really
So-
is there a GM any like across all sports that remind you of Dan Snyder? Like that's a gigantic piece of shit like that.
I mean, like that.
Yeah, like that. No.
Was Sterling a GM or was he a head coach from the NBA? I think his name was Sterling. He was the one with the audio tape of him saying not so good words to a intern, I believe.
I don't remember that.
Adam Silver is like one of Adam Silver's like first big moves he had to do was fire him was because he said a couple two-tree racial slurs on a recorder. It was like
So-
big news. I think it was Sterling. I don't know
no
why
idea what
that's
you're talking about.
a big news.
Not that I would be the one to
but no,
know
I think Dan
about
Snyder-
stuff like that, but
probably. NFL in general have kind of jackass owners.
Yeah.
The Rams owner is a piece of shit.
I mean, the Steelers owner.
Chargers owner is a piece of
The
shit.
Roonies are good
Donald
people.
Sterling, is that the guy?
The Roonies.
I feel like I heard something about the.
Yeah, like the Rooney Rule is a thing because of the Roonies that you have to. What is?
Oh, yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
that you
yeah.
have to interview
Donald Sterling.
at least one.
Yeah,
person
he's
of
a piece
color
of shit,
for-
right? Was he an
the
owner?
Clippers owner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
made
positions.
racist statements to his mistress.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good stuff.
It was quite a big story. It was like one of. I think it was one of Adam Silver's.
When was
like,
that?
big fucking first things.
Probably.
What year was that?
Was 2014.
Oh, that would be why I don't know it.
Yeah, I remember
Would
it.
explain it.
I remember it happening.
Yeah, I didn't start paying attention to basketball
I didn't
super
either, but I
closely
remember that
until-
happening.
like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, I just was not paying attention.
Yeah,
to the
no, he's a
slightest.
gigantic piece of shit. I mean, the shit he said was real bad. But the acts that Dan Snyder is doing is despicable.
Yeah, and also the shit that he is saying.
And I don't know how you, like, as a player, go into fucking work for that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at some point the player's got to be like, all right, this dude's a real
Yeah.
jackass. Like, I really don't want this man being involved with my career at all.
Agreed.
Moving on, because I think I've trashed Dan Snyder enough. Actually, might not have. You know,
yeah, I
I'm
don't
sure
think there's
enough.
such thing
yeah.
as enough trashing of
So
Dan
we'll
Snyder.
spare you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll come back to him eventually when he does something stupid in the next fucking month or so.
He has to get fired at some point soon. You can't.
I
just-
hope so.
They're
Can
gonna
you-
conclude the investigation.
He's the
at
owner
some
though. Like
point.
who can fire him? It has to be the GM, right?
They'll
Like the
No,
league.
like the
I mean the
league, yeah.
league. Yeah, the commissioner.
league
that's what
can
I meant.
terminate him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can terminate him, vote him out,
Yeah, that's
or you can get arrested.
that too.
that
you
would
got
be best case scenario.
Yeah. So there's a few more injury designations that have happened in the last couple of days.
Go ahead.
So what's it called? Dalvin Cook officially ruled out for Sunday's game for the Vikings against the Falcons.
Yeah,
So-
I saw him when he got injured against the Seahawks. He was, I think, I want to say it was in the back or not. It was on like an outside run, and he was going, and then he kind of like turned around so that
Yeah.
he could go out of bounds like a couple yards back because he was limping because he had something with his, like it looked like obviously a groin injury now, and I don't think he's been practicing at all this week.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's why they ruled him out so early.
Fantasy team taking a big hit.
Oh damn, you have Cook.
Of course I do.
Yeah. And then
And you're getting hit with the injury bug now.
Yeah.
Pass it on to you.
for the Steelers, I think David DeCastro was. I don't know if he's ruled out, but DeCastro hasn't practiced yet, to my knowledge. And Deontay Johnson was officially ruled out for Sunday's game. So, seems like another big Chase Claypool week against the Browns.
Yeah, but I think you're underestimating this. Deontay Johnson being ruled out, I don't think is a good thing for Chase Claypool.
that was the whole reason that Chase Claypool got receptions.
Was he out last week too?
He
Yeah.
left in the first half, and then
Oh,
Claypool.
okay. Then what the
got
fuck was their
thrown to-
defense doing? Did they just never adjust to fucking Chase Claypool?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. So.
I mean, yeah.
Because he had
that's-
4.
yeah.
He made it to the end zone 5, but there was a holding call.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Eagles secondary is not good.
yeah, I didn't think.
So,
I
like,
thought they'd actually put
Yeah,
like
he
an
just-
extra
he
body
just
on him.
like there's some of the routes that like he just abused the corners. Like it was just a guy that big,
Big
should
Ben
not
is
be
gonna
able
have fun
to
with him, for
have
sure.
moves like that. Like you can't get faked out by just fucking like motions to the left and then runs to the right, and the both fuck cornerbacks are running the opposite way. It's fucking wide open. Crazy.
Yeah, and there's actually this upcoming week. There's a lot of headlines about the Browns Steelers.
It's gonna be a
game.
big. I don't know what to expect from it, to be honest.
Devlin Duck Hodges
Yeah,
had
I love that.
Quite a
Love
quote
that.
today
Yeah.
on the
Love
Pat
that.
McAfee show. He texted Pat McAfee in the middle of the show. It was like, just want to let you know, undefeated against Baker Mayfield.
He's
not playing, but he is. He is
The
undefeated
game
against-
last year, he outperformed Baker Mayfield when they played.
There's a lot of people that outperformed Baker Mayfield in the past
But,
couple of
like,
years. Let's get
yeah.
that straight.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think he's
A
catching
backup-
on now. I think this is a different Browns team than you guys have ever faced. I really do.
Yeah, their offense is clicking. That wasn't really something that has actually. I mean, them not having Nick Chubb is still a thing, but Kareem Hunt's been ridiculous, so I don't think that
he
that
stepped
really.
up big time.
Yeah.
I think
And Miles
You
Garrett
should
has
not-
also been.
you
really-
should not go into this game too confident.
No, I'm not at all.
I know the
just-
Browns are usually a steamroll, but
Yeah,
Especially at
Big
home.
Ben is 23-2-1 against the Browns in his career.
Well, you've been facing a fucking 2-14, 1-15, 0-16,
Yeah,
0-16.
You're not wrong.
3-13 team every year, 2 times a year.
You're not wrong.
You tend to
But-
have a good record against them.
But I definitely think this is going to be one of the. It's a huge game for the Browns, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think
It's they'll be first in the division if they win, right?
They'd be 5-1. We'd be 4-1.
So yeah,
the Browns
Ravens
have more to
would be
gain
four, yeah.
from this than
Yeah, they
The
would.
Steelers
They
do.
would technically be in first because they would have played an extra game over the Ravens and the Steelers. Well, yeah. Well, no, because the Ravens had their bye week too, right? 'Cause they
Ravens
had-
have lost. No,
the Ravens only lost once.
Are the Ravens 4-1 right now?
I believe so.
I will double check.
So
that.
barring the Ravens winning, I'm pretty sure they're facing an easy team if I'm not mistaken. So they should. Pretty sure they're facing like. I'm gonna wait for you guys to
yeah.
pull it up.
Tell us
before
about the Steelers' defense.
Yeah. So as of right now, the Steelers' defense is on pace for 80 sacks this year, which would break the NFL record of 72 in a season, which was done by the 84 Bears. So
Quite an accomplishment.
I mean,
the
yeah, that's
84
wild.
Bears are everyone knows about the 84 Bears.
Yeah, that's
you know
like
what I mean?
the
It's-
greatest defense of all time.
Yeah, and
Steelers are
putting
on
yourself
record.
in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
in that category with
on
them
track
is
the,
obviously.
to break that record.
The Ravens are 4-1, and they play the Eagles this week.
Yeah, that's what I
and the
was saying.
Eagles are still. I mean, they're bad anyway, but they still have a bunch of injuries.
Yeah, but they have a bad secondary, but I don't know how far a running back is going to throw that ball this week.
Nah, Ravens are gonna fucking shit on them. That's just
I'm joking. Lamar Jackson is not a running back. I know. He's a good quarterback. He's a little inaccurate. He's been a little worse with his accuracy this year.
The past couple weeks, he's been kind of off.
But it doesn't fucking matter when he's off because their run game is so dominant.
Yeah.
He'll miss 2 in a row and then he'll run for 40 yards in one play anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But you would rather have him fucking complete passes because he will be stopped. I think the Ravens might be the Dodgers of the NFL. I think that's a possibility.
Stuff.
I mean, the Ravens have had 0 postseason. Like, at least the Dodgers have like been to the World Series. and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, I mean,
Ravens
like
haven't
as
done
far
anything.
as choking goes,
As far as choking in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
because Lamar Jackson's 0-2 in the playoffs,
Yeah. I mean,
He's
2
lost.
games is not really.
and
a
one of
big
them
sample size.
he didn't even play the whole season. He was thrown in.
Yeah.
he
But
still
last
was
year he
absolute
should have done
baloney
something.
in both games.
Yeah, last year he should have done something, but
Last year he did. He looked like shit. They didn't even. I don't even think they scored. Like
I
they
don't
scored. No,
remember.
they obviously scored a touchdown. I don't think they scored much.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but he had a bad game.
yeah.
Multiple
I mean,
turnovers.
The Titans
like,
played extremely well once they made the switch from Mariota to Tannehill.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Unreal
I'm a
in the
big,
second.
big Mariota fan.
He's a
Yeah,
backup
well,
for
I
the
mean,
Raiders now, right?
he
Is
didn't,
that where he ended up?
he didn't play very
believe
well
so.
with Titans,
He
and obviously the switch fucking helped them out. They
I
made
was
it to
at-
the AFC Championship.
I was at Luke's house for the 2018, I want to say, divisional round
Mhm.
between the Titans and the Chiefs, and Mariota led a comeback.
Yeah.
And one of his touchdowns was a touchdown pass to himself because
Yeah,
he
I
got
remember that.
deflected.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I remember
past the
that.
line of
I
scrimmage.
remember that.
He was past the line of scrimmage, but they reviewed it, said he wasn't because his back foot technically was.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was
Or-
some,
or
there
I
was
guess
some rule
the-
stipulation.
So his foot was over, but his the
The
ball
ball
was
was crossed,
behind it
yeah.
still. So tough call. Me and Luke were playing Madden while it was happening, and then like we started looking, and I was like, Tennessee's like making a comeback. So we
Yeah.
paused it and started watching. We were like, holy shit! When he threw that touchdown pass to himself, we were like, they're
That-
about to fucking
yeah,
win this game.
that's actually crazy.
But that was an incredible moment. I think that's when I became like a big Mariota fan. He would be great in the XFL. He just seems like an XFL quarterback. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
his size. He's smaller.
He's about the
Yeah,
caliber of the
yeah.
players that are really good that star in that league.
Yeah, that's right. Like, I think he'd be killer in the NFL.
Yeah,
XFL.
like
XFL.
XFL,
Yeah, the
like
NFL is
PJ
horrible.
Walker was like MVP caliber for the XFL. I'd say, I mean, I might put Mariota a little bit because Mariota has had NFL success, not a lot, but
Yeah,
he's had
I mean-
enough that
Yeah, if you've been a starting quarterback in the NFL for a decent team,
Yeah.
I would hope you'd play well in the XFL.
Yeah. But of course, like, how old is he now? He can't be that old, I don't think.
he's drafted. How many years ago was that? I don't think it was that long ago.
I think he's in the league for like 5 or 6 years on, maybe 5 years.
5 sounds right, but
Maybe he was drafted in 2015.
that's
my
drafted
guess.
out of Oregon. That's what I know.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
he
don't
was drafted
remember
out of
what.
Oregon.
He was from Oregon? That's cool.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
Was
you
indeed.
got it.
He's 26.
Yeah. When was he
So
drafted?
he's not
What year?
old. Well, that's a little bit more scrolling. To 2015, he was the second
so I was
pick.
right.
Wow,
Yeah,
5
he was
years.
I didn't know he was the second pick either.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah, he
drafted.
was.
He was drafted mad early.
Yeah, he was nasty in college.
Well, that's unfortunate because he definitely hasn't panned out to that then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of early first-round quarterbacks don't really do, so.
An early first-round quarterback that I think will is Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's nasty.
there is no sign of slowing him down at the moment. Who do they play this week?
The Saints. Oh, who do they play this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
That game was close.
Who do the Chargers fucking play? I don't know.
I think they actually have a bye week. They do because my fantasy team, I have Russell Wilson and
Oh yeah.
Justin Herbert.
I have Justin Jackson.
and they are both
Bad stuff.
on a bye
Yeah, I
week.
mean, you just dropped your other quarterback for Justin Herbert, too.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's true. You
You
do
hate
have
to see
two.
that.
You both your quarterback. Did you pick up a quarterback?
He picked up Justin Herbert like
No,
last
I
week.
just,
but,
I
like,
just
dropped
grabbed
his other
Nick
one.
Foles, but it won't come through till tomorrow.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nick
it's
Foles
tough
is-
because Toby picked up Andy Dalton and Ryan Fitzpatrick, and both of them have favorable matchups this week. So you hate to have to rely on Nick Foles for fantasy.
it is unfortunate.
I mean,
for sure.
you're facing Toby, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get fucking
Yeah,
that's a
destroyed
rip.
anyway.
Yeah, that's
And Chris Godwin's back now too.
yeah. No,
that he has.
Toby's team's projected to beat you by like 30 something. So
Oh yeah, I mean I don't doubt it. My
Yeah,
team does
it's
not
tough.
look good.
it's a tough time.
I'm gonna have Austin Eckler, who's on a bye, Metcalf, who's on a bye, Seattle's defense,
Hold on 1 second.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'm kind of killed. I have to
Do
start
we have,
Adrian.
do we have
Peterson.
breaking news? Or?
Yeah. LA is now beating the Braves.
What?
Dodgers Will Smith launches go-ahead home run off of Braves Will Smith.
No fucking way.
Uh-huh.
That's their both of their names.
Yep. Will Smith on the
versus
Dodgers is a
Wilson.
catcher, and then Will Smith on the Braves is a pitcher. And it is now 4-2 Dodgers in the 6th.
That's so funny. That's actually insane. Will Smith.
I don't know.
I didn't realize that was such a common name.
I knew of the Will Smith on the Dodgers. I
Yeah,
knew the catcher.
yeah, I knew of him,
I did
yeah.
not know there was a pitcher named Will Smith though.
His career was short lasted, it looks like, now that he just gave up a.
Wow.
That's unfortunate. Will Smith. I didn't realize that
No,
was a
Dodgers
real
lose 42
common
in
name.
the
Like,
Well, I mean, like, Will is a common name, and Smith
Yeah,
is like
they
is
are
a very
pretty
generic.
generic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a generic name. So you
I
put
don't know
two
why you
and
would
two
want to
together,
name
and
your
it's-
kid after that. Can we say cuck? I said it. we can say cuck.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a terrible word.
No, I mean, it's what he
probably-
is.
Yeah.
There's probably better words you could use though.
Probably, maybe. Well,
When your wife
No.
gets into an entanglement.
yeah, I mean,
It's true.
Yeah, well,
Stuff.
I hate to see it.
it's sports talk, baby.
Yeah.
Has Will Smith done sports movies? So that we can
Oh
at
yeah,
least-
he did.
Concussion.
Ali.
Concussion was really fucking good.
Yeah, he did. Ali too.
Both good movies. Yeah, so Will Smith does do good
Yeah,
movies.
so like that's kind of related to sports.
Yeah,
he's
there you
done
go.
sports.
See
stuff
how good
before.
we are at working that in, guys.
Yeah. Listen, we're like that dude. Listen, you can get anything to relate to anything. Just
Yeah,
go.
I mean,
Just gotta-
2, 3, 6, 6, 6 devils. There you go.
You just
Yeah.
got to multiply some numbers by each other. Add some other numbers.
do some quick maths.
Done.
You got 6.
I would like to know what goes on in that man's head. Like I would
I don't know.
I'd
I
rather
don't.
not.
I don't want to know because it's not pretty. It's not.
It's
That's
worrisome.
not normal. That's
Like
not
that
normal.
behavior. The NFL should be looking at that and be very worried, especially because he attacks the NFL.
no one thinks like that.
I don't think anybody is really paying attention to what he's saying.
Yeah,
though.
no, I don't. Well, now that he talks nothing football, it's all political and conspiracy theories. But there's a difference between political conspiracy theories and flat out thinking that LeBron James did a goddamn satanic blood ritual
Yeah.
to win a fucking championship.
Yeah.
That's
Like a statement that has zero logic around it at all. Like, literally, there's no part of his argument that makes sense in the slightest at all.
people are bored. It's
He just put
quarantine,
numbers
baby.
together and got conclusions that make no sense. So
And then he attacked the NFL for doing their coming out PSA on National Coming Out Day because he's something about.
he's not
It just doesn't
a
make
sane
sense.
human
It's just
being. So that's just
What a guy! I mean,
you just gotta take it. You just gotta take it as it is.
Him and
I
Dan
just-
Snyder are just some of the most interesting human.
Well, I don't know if
beings.
I'd put him on Dan Snyder's level.
I think I would.
I don't know. Dan
I mean,
Snyder is
Dan's
a piece of
two
shit
different
human being.
for different reasons. Obviously, like
He's
columns
actually not
are
a
different.
Good,
Obviously,
he's actually not a good human being.
no, he's not a good human.
Yeah, you
But I
see-
also don't think that suggesting a tragedy that involved a young child and one of the greatest basketball
but he's
players
just
of all
not,
time.
He's not sane. I don't think that Dan Snyder's insane. He just has awful values. He's just an awful person. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's just
a
in
bad
general a piece of
person.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just has awful morals and doesn't care about how people perceive him.
Yeah.
But-
Also, Dan Snyder whole thing has like physical actions
Yeah.
that he's
Oh,
done,
yeah,
not
actually,
just
yeah,
Twitter
actual
rants.
mistreatment of people. That
Yeah.
it was Taylor's the dude's last name. That running back, Chiefs former, the guy we're talking about.
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah,
yeah.
Larry Johnson.
There's just he's just not
Not
there.
all there.
Yeah, he's
No.
What
not
if,
all there.
like he might be though. Like what,
No.
this might be his actual beliefs.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. That,
Yeah, I would love to see like old tweets from when he was in college or something
even just
to
like
see if we're in the same. If he's been
teammate
in the same
testimony.
thing.
Like how was he in the locker room? Like had to have been absolutely like I don't know. Was he just the quiet dude that talked to absolutely no one? So
Yeah, because
because
he played for a decent amount, like couple of years.
Yeah, he played
like
for
he
a
was never
while.
like a big starter, but he.
He played on multiple teams. Like, I feel like you would have like there would have been stories.
Yeah, someone
coming
would have
out.
said like he accused me of like being a devil worshiper
Yeah,
once,
like,
but that has never happened.
I don't think that it took until now that he just randomly got those views. If that's the case, then he's not sane. Is what?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
talked about a lot of piece of shits today, guys.
Yeah.
Bringing
Interesting
people
episode.
down.
Interesting
Love to see
episode.
Thank you guys for joining us. It was a hell of a time. Noah, tell them where they can find us.
I mean, if you really want the easiest way, you go to our website, jnlsportshow.com. Social media handles, links to that, all at the top, right above our logo.
Made it easy for you guys. It's directly at the top.
The convenience.
Convenient.
Yeah, it's up there.
And
It's
then
crazy.
below our logo, scroll down just a tad.
Mhm.
All platforms where you can find our show. All
previously
episodes.
recorded
A
episodes.
lot of platforms.
And if you
Literally anyone you want.
Deezer?
Yeah. If
You guys
you,
know
want,
what
if
that
you
is?
want to use Deezer, have at it.
yeah,
don't
go
don't
for
know
it.
what it is, but
Try it out. Why
Yeah.
not?
Join our Facebook group. I think we're up to
72, I
72
believe.
people in there. We're trying to get that at least to 100. Have some conversations in there.
Good.
Our cousin, of course, we
You
shouted him out
want
last
to post a
episode.
meme?
So he had to-
Post a meme.
Yeah.
Do it.
Keep it generally, like, don't go crazy.
No, because I'm not afraid to delete shit.
Yeah.
Like I will tell you. I won't tell you, but I'll delete it. And if
Yeah.
you see it,
we should post some rules in there at some point.
just don't be a fucking jackass. It's
Yeah.
real simple.
If,
Yeah.
if you got a
Let's
a
keep
funny
politics
meme,
out of this.
Yeah, keep
you
it
all
to
right.
sports.
if you got a good meme,
Yeah.
post it.
Yeah, we all like
Yeah,
memes.
we all
Yeah.
love sports memes. I mean,
Memes are appreciated.
Yeah, and also as
questions. You know,
that too.
Yeah, that-
episodes.
yeah.
If you're sitting there like, huh, this Friday episode kind of seemed like they ran out of things to talk about. Well, it's because that shit happens. It just happens. You know, we have a lot of
hit us up with some ideas.
exactly. I mean, we love to do it.
Yeah.
Love being here. So our website is up.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Check out our YouTube. We made a trailer for the podcast,
Facts.
which we shot technically in 2 shots. Josh, you did
Fucked
kind
up
of
the
mess up.
first time, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was like the first line.
Yeah, it was the
so
first
it was
line.
Like it wasn't bad, but after that we got
A
it.
solid
It was
thanks to
performance.
Nicholas Lake.
Yes.
For the video of it, it was his camera. I want to see. I think he has a Instagram. Instagram for. He offered to shoot a full video of the podcast, so look out for that eventually. We will have a full video episode out.
It's got to be huge.
Eventually. This Tuesday, we're going to hope to try to get our first guest on the show. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, we're working on the whole Zoom thing to figure it out.
We'll let you know.
It's looking more
It's
like...
promising.
It's looking more like absolutely than...
Yeah, we actually put effort into figuring it out this time, so it's looking like it's
won't believe how quick it takes to just put effort in something.
Yeah,
It's
quick.
really
Listen,
stuff.
over the past week, we've learned quick Google search goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, and we grew up in the age of Google, so it's a little...
Yeah, we'll recommend using Google for any sort of a question that you got, because
Like we just found out how to take out the background noise.
Oh, yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
are listening to this and you're like, there's
The audio-
less buzzing than usual.
audio quality is significantly better.
Yeah.
And it took like
took 2
Quick
seconds.
Google
Yeah.
search.
quick Google
Like the
search.
third YouTube video we
Looked
found,
up,
and that was
found a video.
Listen,
Figure it out.
as you guys know, we've been doing this by complete fucking just
Trial and error.
trial and error.
We've
That's what
just been
doing.
going with the
But
flow.
we've gotten to the point where we're just enjoying doing this so much, and we think that we can expand into something. You know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
more can come from this, and for us to do that, fortunately, we got to put in a little bit of work. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
it's needed.
it's nice
Yeah.
to talk into a microphone. Obviously, we love doing it, but shit needs to be get done, and that's what we're
Facts.
doing. That's why we got this website up, this Facebook post,
Yeah.
Facebook group,
And
Instagram, Twitter,
That's why we got
YouTube.
employees now. John the intern.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
the intern.
Kaylin, our graphic designer, aka, or also not aka, also our Instagram manager
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this fucking page
for Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Lake is his name. Absolutely incredible. Does photography. Yeah, check him out on Instagram. Thank him for the trailer that we did. Luke, you got anything? Got anything to close with?
Oh, I mean, if you're listening right now, like, give us a review on
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
yes.
on all our platforms.
That would be cool.
Yes. A
5
review.
star, hopefully. I'm gonna hope with that.
If you've made it this far.
Yeah, might as well.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean,
Does
like,
it really hurt you to give us a 5 star? Not really. Takes a couple seconds.
You could do it while you're listening to the episode.
Actually, hold on.
Could do
Everyone,
it right now.
there you go. Could have been done already. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate the 5-star review that you guys just dropped for us. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys listening again. This video or this podcast will be up on Apple Podcast and Spotify and every place that you can find podcast by October 17th, Saturday. YouTube, it should be up hopefully sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
What's up, Noah?
One more thing. Election day, very soon. Make sure you get
Vote.
registered. Vote.
Yep.
Do it.
That's
Breast
for me.
Cancer Awareness Month.
Also that.
Donate.
Facts.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back Tuesday with week 6. We're at 7? Week 7?
Week 6 review.
Yeah, week
7
6.
predictions.
Week 7. Wow, we're
yeah.
in week 7.
No,
I mean, we're in week 6. Week 7 is next week. We'd be making predictions for
Yeah,
week
yeah.
7
So what I was
after
saying,
this.
next week was week 7 predictions.
This Sunday is week 6.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
We were all
why
on
we-
the same page.
Yeah.
But,
We're on.
What an end of an episode.
I mean,
Yeah,
really, we
we're
really
really-
are just 3
we're
doofuses
really-
talking into a
yeah,
microphone.
We're really good with numbers.
Yeah,
you
we have it
can
all
tell.
put together.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're fine.
Thank you guys. Hopefully we'll have our first guest on Tuesday. I appreciate you guys for listening.